All right. Chaka, chaka, chaka. Okay, good. How are you? Okay, good afternoon, morning, or afternoon, friend. So look, as you guys can see from the title above, this is going to be another collective Celtic cross reading, okay, for the month ahead, for September. Or again, for the month ahead, because you know, this reading is timeless. I don't know, you might end up resonating with this reading next month. I don't know. Like, you know, I don't know. I just work here. But yes, you guys, we're going to be doing a Celtic cross, tapping into the energy of what is next, the month ahead, or like just what is September giving? 2025, what is it giving? What's the energy giving? What do we need to know? What's the collective energy? What's the vibes? And yeah, so how I'm gonna do this is, first I want to show you guys what deck we're gonna be using, just in case you guys want to know. So this is going to be the deck of choice. All right. And from this point of the video, I am going to go silent. I'm going to let the music play. Please feel free to stay here and tap in for the aesthetic shuffle, okay? It'll help me to be able to, like, you know, just get the energy, get it flowing, really tap in, clear it out, bring it in, let it rain, clear it out, okay? So yeah, you guys, go ahead. Oh my gosh, now we're about to say go ahead and pick intuitively. So yes, you guys, just sit back, relax, tap in, and then I'll meet you at the portion where we start the reading. Oh, friend. Welcome, friend. Welcome. Get in here. Get in here. First of all, let's just tap in with each other. How are you feeling? Okay, I know this is a big month. All right. I don't know about y'all, you know, and I don't want to project, but the energy has been thick. Okay, it's been thick. I see it in the spread. We'll kind of talk about it. Also, I have to call some things out. And before we get into the actual spread, I'm going to do some channeled messages and just kind of get it out the way. Girl, it's been so crazy trying to get this message out. Okay. yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing zodiacs this month because the messages were just so repetitive within the zodiacs. Like I already did like 6 or 7 of them and I was just like, oh my gosh, like ooh, like ugh. And I feel like it has to do with the eclipse energy. So I'm thinking, we're gonna see, I'm thinking that this Celtic cross will like suffice. Not only that, y'all, I don't know if you could hear it in my voice, I could barely hear myself talking. I am sick, friend. I'm sick as fuck. Like I've been sick for a little minute now. Not like fever sick, but like the weather's been changing, my ears are popped. I don't know when the last time my ears even did this. It's a mess, like ugh. So I don't know, and I looked it up. I was like, when you're sick, can that affect your third eye? Because I don't know, these last couple days, because I've been did this spread and I've done it multiple times, but I was just like, man, it just feels like I'm having like a blockage. Girl, the other day, man, I was eating these biscuits that Bae made. Oh, that was yesterday. And they were so warm and I felt so much pressure on my third eye that I took the biscuit and I put it on my third eye, bro, to help with my congestion. I didn't do it for spiritual purposes. It was just like a warm rag to me at that moment. But girl, it's just been like, ugh. So I wanted to just call that out to let y'all know that's where I'm at currently. So we'll have to take this slow. We'll have to merge our minds together just in case I miss something. I'm trying to be gentle with myself and tell myself like, look, just pop out, give what you can, and that's it, P. All right, that's it. All right. Let me see where I want to start with this. So first of all, I'm not going to go over the positions again because as those that stayed for the intro, you already know it's in the intro. So if you want to know the specific positions or you need a refresher, girl, just go ahead and hit that rewind, friend. We'll still be here, friend. Just go ahead, hit that rewind, go back, go look. The only thing that I will say I added is we do have the Page of Swords and the 6 of Wands. This was the top of the deck, bottom of the deck energy. Once I pulled all the cards, like this was at the top and the bottom of the deck. I also added this High Road card. I want us all to take a look. Let's gather. Thank you. Let's gather. You see this? This is the energy that I've been picking up on right now. And it's so crazy because, again, I pulled this Celtic cross. It might have been early September. I mean, I'm acting like we're not in September now. But it might have been the beginning of September or even... like it was on time, you know, it was on time because I don't think it was August, but anyway, it was on time. But I even feel 333 on the clock. I could feel the energy shifting so fast. Like, and I mean, I'm proud of the collective. You know, I feel like there's a lot of getting over humps, hurdles, okay, dealing with some shadow work. We're just going to say that umbrella term because it's all up in the spread. Like there's some shadow work being dealt with. I also feel like there could even be, some trauma associated with this time frame, especially related to breakups or even really deaths of the masculine, like the death of a father, maybe even the death of a male sibling. Yeah, I was picking up on that, like something about this time frame, and it could be going into the season of fall. It could be very triggering for quite a few people. All right. And I mean, I even know that applies for me as well. Like, you know, a lot of stuff happened during this time, but I've just been seeing that. I don't know, you know, and then with this external, with the sacred masculine popping up in the external influences position. Of course, when I look at that, I can look at this as not being connected to our divine masculine energy. All right. Maybe having a hard time establishing an action plan. Okay, like actually doing that shit, all right? Being spontaneous, you know, not just taking in the downloads, sitting on it, but actually acting on it, making it happen. Again, being spontaneous after we get the creative downloads, all right? After we get the channeled messages, carrying that shit out, execution, all right? But I'm not gonna lie, friend, all right? I also feel like something that's happening, because this almost looks to me like a portal. My bad. Because where am I going, girl? When I look at this, the high road. Let's start here. I'm sorry. I'll get back over there. Y'all know how I be. But whose reading was I doing? I think it was Cancer's reading. I'm not even gonna upload it. It was just too much repetitive shit. But this high road, you see that portal? It's like advancement in the sun. I almost see that as this too, with this advancement, this Three of Wands energy to the sun. Okay, looking to the sun, looking to God for the answers, taking the higher road. I could look at this from a spiritual perspective, but I could also look at this from like physical action. This is a lot of, you know what? For some of you, it could be, you know what? I'm not even gonna crash out about this. I'm gonna just keep it moving. You know what? I've noticed that I can't change your perspective. You know, I can't sit here and be worried all about you or y'all and what y'all got going on. I have to do me. I have to work with what it is that I can control, and I have to take advantage of this time or let it slip by. You know, I'm taking the high road. What else was I gonna say about that? Let me pull back. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Anyways, so let me just get these channel messages out the way before I get into just, because I don't want to overcomplicate this. Real quick, off rip, y'all. I feel like for the collective, especially with the Hermit here being the advice for the collective, this talks to me about taking time for self. And I even had to catch myself because I'm like, it can't be that simple, but it is. Something about the month of September or moving ahead, maybe even going into October, there's something about don't overcomplicate this, okay? Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overanalyze it. And if you do begin to start overanalyzing it, take a step back. Unplug. When I look at that Hermit energy, I think of maybe someone fasting. I think of someone maybe going on a hiatus from social media, but not just going on a hiatus. I mean, if that's what you need, yeah, but an active hiatus. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be intaking social media right now. It just feels very dark, but like the energy doesn't feel dark. I feel a lot of Ace of Cups potential like energy, but I don't know if the country, the world, it just feels very macabre in the energy. Okay, maybe even what's floating around on social media could even feel a little bit dark, and you're just like, I just don't want to fuck with that. You know, I think I just want to, like, if I could control what it is that I ingest at this time, for me to be at, I don't know, let me see. For me to be at a good space where I feel like I can maneuver without fear, without, the cluttered perspectives of, I don't know, this distorted ass world. It just feels like there's a breakthrough, because I'm hearing the word disillusionment. It's like I'm working past that, and I feel like this is very personal. Like everybody's journey is very personal right now, of course, right? And it looks different for everyone. But there's a vibe here of don't overcomplicate it. If you know you are, for example, struggling right now because maybe this is the anniversary of somebody's death. Maybe this is, maybe this is the anniversary of somebody's death. Maybe there is a certain person that's kind of like trying to intrude in your energy, even though you're trying to kind of step away, take the higher route, heal from them. You know, maybe that is happening, okay? I feel like there's a vibe here of like, help us help you. That's coming from God, your spiritual team, the world itself. Help us help you, all right? Move some things in your environment. Take a step back from some things in your environment so that we can talk to you, so that we can vibe with you, so that you can be clear mentally, so that your heart and your mind, I know you see that brain and that heart, can be on the same page. All right, help us help you. So again, I feel like this is a time for reflection, and it doesn't just have to be reflection, yo. It could be, because when I look at that Hermit card, I think of shadow work, I think of reflection, I think of a hiatus, I think of fasting, abstaining for something, or abstaining from something, taking a step back. And when I see that lamp right there, anytime that I look at this card now, I think of I can't remember what scripture it was, but it was the Lord, you are a light to my feet and a lamp on my path. Or Lord, your word. Yeah. Psalm 119, baby. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Now, you don't have to be Christian, religious, whatever, you don't have to be none of that. But what I get from that is, in that context, someone's allowing the Bible, or they're allowing the word, they're allowing what God is telling them to do, their divine source. They're specifically tapping in with divine source, intuition, attuned to the moon type of energy in order to get their downloads and their insight. And they're trusting that that is enough, that is enough. Even if it's not tangible, even if the world itself can't see it, they're trusting that that divine message coming down 11:11 on the clock is enough for them to move forward, is enough for them to take a chance on themselves, is enough for them to advance. And they're sitting with that. It doesn't have to be complicated. And I think I was struggling with that. I'm like, maybe it's just that simple. We're being asked to kind of take a step back, be more exclusive with our energy. We always talk about boundaries, but this almost just feels like I just need a second. All right? And it could be to organize your thoughts. It could be because Hermit energy that also talks about that 6th house energy. It could be to address matters of the health, address those matters. And maybe there's too many distractions. Okay, there's too many distractions. What needs to clear up? What needs to be kind of like where does my focus need to shift so that I can make this a priority, so I can get my priorities straight, so I can organize, so I can reach that body goal, so I can reach that educational goal, so I can reach that personal goal, or even just so I could be sane, okay? Because there could be a disconnection from reality right now, or just this weird ass energy of like, what the fuck is happening? Hold up. I swear I just had it all figured out. I was in it, and you're still in it. I feel like the collective is still in it. There's just a little hump that came about where it almost feels like there's a recognition of, oh shit, I'm really doing this. Because when I go over to this Mastery of Wands, this 8 of Cups, especially with that 8 of Cups, that could talk about leaving something to go after. How can I say this? This could be higher purpose energy. Like, I am going to take a route to really tap in with what my purpose is. I want spiritual enlightenment. I'm going on a journey. This could have been forced upon you. Like, I don't know, maybe something happened that forced you into this energy where you're like, damn, like I don't really have no choice but to vibe out with where I'm at, but to take this other direction, but to abandon this so that I can be sane, so that I can be reach a certain level of vitality. Because I feel like the most recent past for the collective, there's a level of spontaneity, okay, with that Mastery of Wands, that King of Wands. That almost gives me like a cocky energy. I'm ready. I'm feeling vital. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. Ooh, I just gave myself a pep talk. All right. This can also talk about an achievement. All right. Because I do pick that up in the collective. There could be a level of something just got achieved, maybe educationally or maybe in the workforce. And it's like, okay, now that I've achieved that, the next step is to go here. Like, because I got that promotion, the next step now is to, I don't know, some people might have to travel for work. Some people might have to relocate. And with this Ace of Swords, I'm sorry, not this Ace of Swords, with this King of Swords and this Two of Swords being here, which is so crazy how this is coming up now. Wow, that's so funny. All this King energy. That's so funny now that I'm looking at this. The King of Swords is right here and as a challenge. At first I was looking at this as the Ace of Swords, but it's the King of Swords as a challenge. And then you got the King of Wands over here and the King of Cups as hopes and fears. And then you got this Sacred Masculine in reverse. So there's something about the masculine energy which I feel like can talk about just standing on business, but really initiating the change, okay? That could be what the collective is struggling with right now, or even working through. But with that Mastery of Wands too, you know what I was picking up on? Why do I feel like some people could have okay, they might not have considered the long-term effects of the decision that they made. This doesn't mean that it's a bad thing, but for example, let me just try to water it down. This doesn't have to be the same situation, but just stay with me. Because when I think of that Mastery of Wands, this could have been a breakup. This could have been like, you know what, fuck it, I'm leaving it. I'm gone. Or this could be like, I'm leaving a job. Something was left here. Something was abandoned, something was left, and I feel like when it was left, when it was, you know, like, all right, I'm cool off this, all right, I'm done with that way of thinking, that way of moving. There was a level of confidence. I'm ready. It almost reminds me of that energy when you start a fast, or when you start, I don't want to call it a diet, but like you change your health regimen, or you start some type of challenge. You're like, oh, let's get it. I'm ready to fuck. Like the first 3 days, 4 days, you're like, oh, I'm ready. Okay. Or maybe you abstain from drinking, you know, whatever the case may be. I don't know. But it's funny how that was the most recent past. Oh, my bad. My points, yeah. Okay, that was the most recent past. But then you got the current being the Two of Swords. It's like, what changed? We were so sure, but what changed? What caused this indecision? What caused this, like, you know what it is though too? Hold up. Because for some people, let me just finish that first thought. And I think what it is this is not a bad thing. I just think we're working through it. There's like a vibe of, oh shit, I'm really doing this, okay? Because I do feel like, going back to that example I was just talking about, you know, when it finally sets in, like, oh fuck, I'm really on this workout plan, or oh fuck, wait a minute. If I do take this route, that means like I can't eat this, I can't eat that, I can't drink that. Or if I do fast off of this, or if I do really block that person, like, I really got to stand on business. There's a level of, damn, like this is really happening. So I feel like the mentality of the collective, like right now, there's a point of, fuck, this is really happening. Not just that, I also feel like others in the collective with that Two of Swords, you could be being faced with a difficult decision based off of that most recent move that you made. And that move could have been made in June or July. I feel like there was a lot of insight in July that was trying to prepare us for this transition. Whether we listened or not, you know, it's totally, you know, dependent. But that's what I'm picking up on with this Two of Swords. Like somebody could, for example, chose a certain path in work, chose a certain path for themselves, and now there's certain decisions that come with that. It might require them, it's like, oh fuck, like I might have to move, I might have to relocate, I might have to cut that person off. Do I want to do that? Okay? And I'm just naming shit. There's indecision on how to go about something. You know what's funny though? This King of Swords is coming up as a challenge, but when I was shuffling, it didn't come up in reverse. I know it's in the struggle position, low key, high key, but that King of Swords is present, okay? It's present, all right? It's there, and it is fully tap-inable, all right? I just think us as the collective, we're trying to see how to execute our next plan with the decisions that we most recently made, because I do feel like we could have underestimated or even overestimated something. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. I like this. This is like moving with the tides as they come. With the knowledge that comes in, the new information, we're like, okay, all right. Because this is the goal, this Queen of Swords energy, which could be tied to independence, being very knowledgeable, a good reputation, mastery in some type of skill, course, or even with self, good boundaries, standing on business, powerful, strong, okay, very intelligent. This can even be talking about a degree, or like, I just see this vibe of, I know I want to be greater. I know I want to put myself in a better position. And it feels like that was already initiated. Okay, there were initiations here to shift, but I almost feel like now we're in this energy of like, fuck, it's really happening. And that's when the insecurities start to come in. It's like, damn, who am I to be making these shifts? Am I really ready to stand on business? Am I really ready to give that up? Am I really like, do I even have the right to be having these dreams and having these wants and needs when I barely got money? I barely got money, okay? I'm also picking up on, because something that came up in the energy, especially with this sacred masculine, stay with me. I know, y'all know how I be reading. I just read how I want to. But I thought of Aries energy, and of course, right? But I thought of a difficult birth. For example, there could be someone in the chat, you could have had a C-section, because I do see where someone could be pregnant, and that could be like, you know, it's a new energy coming in, but it's a ripple effect, you know. With that comes fears, with that comes good energy, but it's like it's a change of the seasons. It's a lot of cardinal energy here. And when we think of the seasons, it's not just a day-to-day thing. Nah, like it takes time for a season to change. It has its own little day on the calendar, its own little marked out spot. And I feel like that is what the collective is working through. Changing, and it's a big change. It's not just we're just Six of Swords transitioning, or no, we're just changing. No. This is very much so connected to those cardinal energies. Okay? Anyway, what was I about to say? Yeah, because with this Four of Pentacles, right? When I think of that Four of Pentacles, we could talk about saving money. We could talk about holding on tightly to what you already have. This could even be materialism. But like I said, this could even be a lack of resources. You might feel like, how am I going to make this plan happen when I don't even have all the resources? So now it's like you were just so confident, but then reality sets in, or what you think is reality starts to set in. Because what I want everyone to understand is the best possible outcome is that Magician energy. And I just want to take a minute to read the Magician card. I think I'm going to read the Magician card and also the Hermit card. Because the Magician, that's source energy. The crown chakra is very activated there, with that heart and that mind being connected. The DNA is sprouting. You see that finger? This almost reminds me of the finger of God coming in. Mastery of the elements. In your chart, you could be having a transit or some type of positioning where it's like those just don't go together. Like it's destined to be some difficult ass shit happening. But this is the thing. You're taking it on. The collective is taking it on. Okay? They're like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. This could be, like, there could even be some things that we're procrastinating, that we might have procrastinated on, and it's now coming to the forefront on, okay, now that we've made this decision to really carry this out, this has to be taken care of. And yeah, that shit might be rough. It's like, fuck. You know, y'all know how it is when you let something sit too long. It's like, damn, like it feels good when you start to do it, kind of, even though you just were so anxious and were kind of like paralyzed by the anxiety. But it also can be like, yeah, I'm doing it, but then it's like, fuck, I wonder how much damage have I done by waiting on this or like sitting on this for too long. But I feel like the collective is going to get past that. There's a level of, I'm going to surrender to this. Because what we're being asked to do is to work with what we have and find the divine magic in that and understand that we are a mirrored image of source. We have source energy in us. The creativity, it's almost giving me like having the faith of a mustard seed. Like there's something here that's tapping us back into our magic and understanding like you don't have to have all of that to make your dreams and goals happen. You don't. And we're going to show you. That's why we're stripping this away from you. That's why we're pushing you into the shadow work. I almost see like this macabre ass cloud of darkness coming over the collective. But some people might be scared of it. Other people, they're embracing it. And they're like, yes, this gives me time to work. This is letting me know that I need to kind of go into a recluse type of, you know, mode. I also feel like because there could be some jealousy, evil eye. You know that always happens in the collective somewhere. That hermit energy, look into what that means for you, is going to help shield you from that. Because with this little cloud that I'm picking up on over the collective, although it feels beautiful to me, like especially depending on who grabs a hold of it, who takes advantage of that shielding. Dang, where was I about to go with that? Fuck. Sorry. My battery, let me pause this really. My bad, y'all. My battery is dying, so it's like I'm looking at that red. It's like beeping. What the fuck was I about to say? With that hermit card. Damn, I lost it. It slipped from me. It slipped. Y'all know I'm sick. Let me take a sip of my tea. But this is what I'm gonna do. Let me, so I don't get distracted again. Let me change this battery because I cannot take the blinking. It's like making me feel like, you gotta hurry up. You gotta hurry up. No, the fuck I don't. I don't have to rush this. All I gotta do is change the battery, get a new battery, and then I'm back on track. periods. Okay, so that could be like a little message for somebody. I don't know, take that for what it is, but you know, I'll be right back. Mary, oh Martha, oh Mary, ring the bells. Let the bodies hit the flow. Ah, real quick, I don't know what I was about to say before. I'm sorry, I lost it. Yeah, it is what it is, but okay, real quick, because you know whose album I want y'all to listen to? Offset. Cardi better come with that heat, all right? Because Offset, he came with heat, bro. Don't listen to what other people are saying. If they're saying that album was bad, they're a damn lie. That album was heat. Oh my gosh, that one song. So the songs I'm getting describing this energy, or at least how I was channeling the energy, was Dead Bodies, Let the Body Hit the Flow. Did y'all listen to that? Tell me down below. The way he mixed that shit, let the bodies hit the flow, let the bodies hit the flow, let the bodies hit the flow. Ooh! Oh, a genius. Okay, I was fucking with it. But even his whole album, there was so much like death, rebirth, shadow energy, merging. I don't know, like I don't like to say the D word in my house, but y'all know, like, merging with those, okay? As far as like your specific dark points, dark spaces. But anyway, I also think of the song Enemies. One of the lyrics I wrote down was God, what did he say? God, protect me from my enemies, or protect me from my friends. I can handle my enemies. Lord, protect me from my friends. I can handle my enemies. So there could be a little bit of that as well. This is what I'm gonna tell you though. If it feels weird right now, because I feel that I'm feeling like this, it's like a over the collective. It's all about how you use this energy. Make it your bitch, collective. We got to make it our bitch. We got to roll with the tides. Are we being asked to go inward and do some shadow work? Because when you see, I just want y'all to look at the optics of that album. Taking that dark energy, or just the energy of like that negativity, and turning it into a project. Like, that was transmutation. That was alchemy. It's all of that. All right. But I feel like if you are having a hard time being able to discern between certain things in your environment, unplug. It's okay to unplug and get active. And when I say get active, I'm getting a lot of like grinding in the shadows. I'm grinding in the shadows. I don't want to keep bringing Kendrick up. Keep your head down and work like I do. But it's like I'm grinding in the shadows. Another lyric that was coming to me, because right here, because he was like moonwalking on the shit like Michael, beat it. I ain't never met a hoe I needed. So there could even be like somebody here, you could have went through a breakup, or there could be a masculine energy. The masculine is coming up in some way for the collective, whether it is the memory of a masculine that kind of disrupts our aura or makes us feel sad, like the death of somebody or whatever. Or it could even be, oh, tell me how y'all dreams been real quick. So many motherfucking people been coming in my dreams. I'm like, why is you here, girl? What's going on? But it also could be that masculine energy, as far as like being in a healthy masculine energy, like executing, feeling good about execution, feeling confident about execution without the fear. But it also can talk about a toxic masculine, someone that we are trying to get away from, someone that we are trying to heal from, and maybe they're intruding either mentally or even physically in our space. Because yeah, somebody could also be going through a divorce here. You know, I mean, there's so many people watching, you know, of course somebody might be going through a divorce or a breakup. And that lyric was so crazy. Moonwalking on the shit like Michael, beat it. I ain't never met a hoe I needed. Ooh, I ain't never met a hoe I needed. We ain't never met a hoe we needed. We ain't never met a challenge that we couldn't beat. So there's a level here of detachment around what was being held on to so tight. And it could even be detachment from the validation of others. Detachment from a certain community. And I don't mean that in a bad way, as in like these people that were validating you are bad. But it's like, no, I don't mean it like that. They might even still be validating you, but it's like we're not moving based off of their validation. We're moving based off of, like, we're being spirit-led, okay? That is something that everybody needs to know right now. You do not have to have tangible proof to move forward. Actually, you probably won't have the tangible proof. There's probably so much shit in everybody's life right now that's telling them why they shouldn't, or why they can't, or why they're not good enough. And we're being asked to break through that with this Action of Swords. And that is, I feel like is where we're struggling. But real quick, let me, I know I said I was going to read the Magician first, but let me read that King of Swords first. Okay. Oh, Mary, oh, Martha, oh, Mary, ring. That's what the body to the flow. Let's see. In real life, like, this don't even gotta be nothing super complicated. I just feel like everybody's just trying to see how they should execute the next steps. And I do feel like some of us are being caught up in too much into the weeds. Like, we might be overthinking it, and then overthinking it can lead to the insecurity that comes with the Four of Pentacles. But with the near future being the Three of Wands, I feel like we're gonna take that shit. We don't have no choice. I'm not gonna lie, this is also giving me like the trash taking itself out. I do feel like there are going to be destined events that happen this month. It could be minor or it could be major, but they're gonna cause a shift where it's like maybe you are holding on to somebody, right? And they make a decision on their journey, and that forces you to have to make a decision on yours. It forces you to have to move. It's like, oh damn, they made a decision for me. Okay, the trash taking itself out. All right. But let me look at this, girl. Oh, Mary, oh. Okay. Authority rules intellectual. It's so funny. That's a challenge, but the counterpart of that is what you want. It's the Queen of Swords. It's what we want as a collective. So it says intellectual power and courage. Use logic in your current situation. You may need to be stern, maybe even disciplined. I added that. A brilliant person with mental clarity. High ethical standards. So if I was reading this for me, like, this could be literally like someone being sick. Like, that could just be, because I'm telling you, my mind been foggy. But overall, I just feel like there's a mental fog happening. All right. And again, the advice is the Hermit. Take a step back. That is going to clear it up. I know it's like, is it that simple? It fucking is. It fucking is, friend. It is. It is. So I think I'll go to that one next. The Hermit. I'm so sorry, I did not want to do that. Ooh. Moonwalking on the beat like Michael. Beat it. I ain't never met a hoe I needed. Look at this. Solitude, independent, meditate. It is important to make time and space for self-reflection, healing, and for your spiritual growth. This card is urging you to carve out some extended time for yourself. This can look like finding time for a book, going on a hike, or attending a spiritual retreat. Commune with the earth, moon, and stars. Meditation can enhance life in a multitude of ways. It is time to explore your vast inner being. That is the vibe. And then, let me read this Magician card. Because I'm telling you, I do feel like there's a detachment where it's like, okay, we might have gotten too codependent or relied too much on this outside energy. And I've been even working on this, like, myself, where there's times where I just want to go and be in my own energy. Like, I don't really want to talk to nobody. I don't want to watch other tarot readings. I don't want to look at social media. Like, I might share a post, but I don't want to scroll on social media because I want to tap in with my own divine knowledge. You know what I mean? Without the influence of the outside. And the influence of the outside could be great because I love to get inspired by other people. But sometimes I just want to see, okay, where's my magic? What's my magic? What comes to my mind without that other shit? All right. There's a certain way of moving in each season, and it is okay to switch that up. You know, this to me feels like a season of detachment in a multitude of ways so that we could process and execute and feel confident in the execution, or even process the fact of, all right, this is the goal and this is what I have. And it's not saying to let the goal go. No, it's like, nah, this is what you have. Work with this shit. This is the body you have. Work with that shit. You know how, like, when you want to lose weight, I've done this before. It's like you want to lose weight, but it's like, fuck. Like, it's so much motivation to want to lose weight, but then you're so caught up on, like, where your body is now or, like, how you've let it go. You're like, fuck. Like, it causes you to not even have the motivation. We're being pushed to break through that. It's giving resistance band energy. And in order to, like, even have that resistance training, you have to be active in that. When I think of someone running with those damn parachutes behind them, they can't just sit there or that shit is gonna blow them fucking away. They gotta run. And then they gotta, you know what I'm saying? They gotta push through that shit. They might even be pissed. The wind is blowing in one direction, but they already know where they're going. Or they know what they want. All right? And I feel like with what we want as a collective, because there is a connection. There is a message in the collective to want to connect with other people, to find like-minded people, to find maybe to have a relationship, because I did see that Two of Cups. That could talk about a relationship, reciprocal energy, good healthy friendships, all right, a love interest or a lover that really loves you, finding your person, okay? And with that Action of Wands here, there could even be some conflict. I don't know, someone could be holding on to someone from the past, and it's like, is it okay for me to date other people because I'm still holding space for this person? I don't know. Anyway, I'll let y'all work through that. But anyway, with this Action of Wands and so basically the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, I just feel like we're working through the execution process. We're also having to break through the fact of, at the end of the day, if we want this collective, if we want this Queen of Swords position, we have to understand that, yes, you know, how they say, like, with love comes heartbreak. It just is what it is. Like, you have to take both parts of that and be confident still to move forward in it, because it's something that you want, you know? There's like an oil and water separation happening here, and I feel like there's a breakthrough. It's like I'm breaking through the oil and the water. I don't know. So something else that I was seeing too, 80, shout out to my girl 80, because I literally was seeing like a black baptism, somebody being baptized in black water. I know that sounds very scary, but hear me out. I was seeing this big ass black, like this big ass ocean or pool of black water, right? And I'm seeing us as a collective, those that are ready to just dive in and take advantage of this black cloud. You're falling into it, not face first, but just backwards, like you're being baptized, hands out, just falling back, free falling. And there could be onlookers looking and like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, to me, what that represents is someone falling into the rebirth, someone falling into their shadow, someone falling into the unknown, okay? With the faith that they know that this is the right decision. Because what I kept seeing, just vibe with me, y'all know how my mind works, very creative. I'm seeing someone go into this body of water, and there's a distinct separation, but you wouldn't see it unless you're in the water, right? Like on the outside looking in, like, I don't know, like a science project. There's like this level like of blackness, this thick black part, and then underneath that, because I'm seeing somebody fall through it. So you're in there, you know, y'all know, falling. And once you get past that black part, see, nobody would know this until they got in there, but so many people are scared to go in there. It's only a couple feet of that blackness. And then once you fall through, oil and water type, it's like, I kept seeing this visual of like goodness, of light, of a new environment. It almost looked like a paradigm shift, like someone going through a portal. It's like right here. I know this is a bridge, and like connect those two, but I'm seeing that be that black water, and someone's like falling into it, or they're going through that and not knowing what's on the other side, but this is on the other side. Like that Eight of Cups energy, walking through that door. Look, it's like a portal. I feel like we're being asked to walk through, even if we don't have all the answers, even if, you know, like we don't have tangible proof. The proof is not coming through in the physical for us. I feel like the proof, I mean, besides maybe like, you know, I might be telling you just a tarot reading, or, you know, a good messenger of God coming in and saying, oh, you know, I just want to give you this message, whatever. But I feel like really the way we're going to get our answers, all of us individually, is by connecting with ourselves and with spirit, with God. All right. And tuning out the outside noise. I also feel like with this energy that's floating around, it could cause an agenda to pop up in others that could be threatening to you specifically. Everybody's situation is going to be different, which is why Hermit energy, pull it back. Let that shit resolve itself. But in the meantime, go into this layer of protection. This shadow energy that I'm seeing move by, it's coming in. It's scary. It's daunting. And yeah, it might be uncomfortable, but it's coming in as a layer of protection to shift the focus elsewhere so that you're not being consumed in the outside noise of the world, of the fears, of the insecurities. Instead, we're like, let me move over here. Let me deal with my shit instead of getting, you know, consumed in everything else and blurring the lines, you know? If you don't know, I'm sorry, girl. Okay, but I feel like, yeah, that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, I kept seeing somebody fall through this pool of water, and then like once they get to the other part, like a couple feet down, they're just vibing. Other people on the outside, they're like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, the person that did the falling back, the surrendering, they down there vibing. Now they got room to work. It's only like-minded people in there, because only the like-minded motherfuckers is the ones that took that chance. Okay, they have room to be disciplined. I just seen 15:15 on the clock. It's like they have space to think. Okay, and then I'm seeing like nobody else go into that water, you know, because they're scared. But it's like it's a protective force. So let me see how I don't know, because it's all about how you decide to use this energy. I just really feel like we're being asked to merge with it. Okay, and to my bad to merge with the energy, but to understand that this is a time of not fog, but like this is a time of the spiritual downloads are going to be popping, and that is where that's the bread and the butter, that's the medicine. Okay, that's the solution. That's where the focus needs to be. Now anyway, I wanted to go, let me look at this real quick. Oh, sorry, let me stop doing that. Look at this, forceful, impulsive, powerless. For that, mastery of wands. No, I'm sorry, y'all. Just digest what I just said while I'm looking at this for a second. Let the bodies hit the flow. Let the bodies hit the flow. Let the bodies hit the flow. Yeah, see, and this could be this King of Swords, if it's in a reverse position, if it could be controlling, dishonest, and unfeeling. We're meant to feel right now. Things have to be felt right now, friend. It's uncomfortable, but they have to be felt. Journaling could be really good, because when I think of that magician energy, I also feel like there's a connection to the 3rd house and the 6th house, okay? There's a connection to health, daily routine, maybe even work. I was picking up on, especially going through those zodiacs that I'm not posting, I was picking up on, you know, there could be a level of some weird ass energy happening in work. I don't know, like there could be some, it's like the same things that we're trying to achieve could become the target, and that could be a fear, like really tapping into that potential, that real Queen of Swords S, like, ooh, I'm that, make character energy. But it comes with the territory. It's like you want it or you don't. It is what it is. We have to trust that we are going to be provided with everything that we need, and that we have everything that we need in order to propel forward. Because if God is telling us to go forward, honey, we got to listen. We got to be obedient. Why would he be telling us to go forward if we was going to fail? I mean, you might feel differently, but I got full faith in God. I just have a different type of faith, friend. All right, so that's what I speak from. But let me look at this. So, with that Queen of Swords, look at her damn crown. She vibing with that white hair. Wisdom. Ouch. A person who is trustworthy, unbiased, and mentally flexible. Mentally flexible. Open yourself to the cosmic mind, this magician energy. Open yourself to the cosmic mind and lead from there. A true seeker. Set reasonable boundaries. What needs to happen in life for you to be able to do those things? Can you do those things now? Are you doing them now? Great job. But that is what's going to tap us into this magician energy. Let me move to that real quick before I say what I was about to say. I can't even hear myself, bro. My ears, bro. What's going on? Oh, Mary, oh, Martha. Oh, Mary. The body to flow. The body to flow. Oh, the magician. Look at this. Manifestation, alignment. Ooh, yes. Okay. Let me just read this first. I forgot. Manifestation, alignment, and potential. Ew, I'm sorry. My bad. The magician understands how to use the power of the elements to impact reality in a tangible way. We're bending reality. We're bending reality. I'm telling you, there's a level of, I'm about to bend reality. That's going to be the best possible outcome. Bending reality. we are an aspect of creative source energy. Source is capitalized here. And you have infinite access to a reservoir of pure potential. Be very intentional right now, okay? Be very intentional right now. Magician, hermit energy, all right? Tap into the energy of your sacral and solar plexus. I'm also picking up on the crown chakra and the third eye. Centers and create. Create from that, all right? Create. Keep this at the top of the mind. Thoughts and feelings are ripples that radiate out from you, and they impact reality. Now, when they're reversed, it says self-doubt, inaction, manipulation, but it's not reversed, okay? So we're tapping in with that manifestation, that alignment, and potential. So I don't want to overcomplicate it, you know, month to month, you know, I just feel like we're still working through the weeds of just getting things in order. I just feel so good with that Mastery of Wands. I just want us to know as a collective, like, we're doing good. Like, we did initiate the change. We did. And now we just have to continue to work our current situations into that. We're integrating. All right. We're planning. As we get different information, as we get more information, more insight, we're going and we're planning and we're moving things around. I want to read that high road, okay? Because when I had read this, and I just want to know, why all of a sudden do it feel like I can talk clear? Y'all don't understand how many times I tried to do this reading and I was like, what the fuck? Probably because I'm still sick, but babe bought me some more Robitussin, yeah, boo-boo. And I don't know, it's like I feel a little clearer, like not so much pressure on my third eye. That could have been why, I don't fucking know. I was struggling, baby. I was struggling. Ooh, I was struggling. But what was I doing? Oh, the high road. Yes, the high road. Oh, Mary, oh, Martha. And it's so funny, bro. I had to literally, like, I was trying to push myself, and I said, well, really not me, because I was real live trying to push myself. But I felt my spiritual team say, bitch, why is you pushing yourself? Heal, the fuck? It's okay. What you about to do? Push yourself so hard for what? For what? Just surrender for a minute. You don't got to do all that. As soon as I surrendered and was like, you know what? I don't got to do all this. I don't got to do this if I don't want to. Instantly, I start feeling better. Instantly. Or instantly when I was like, girl, your energy is so magnetic. Like, bitch, I was talking to myself. I'm like, Paige, you are the shit. The fuck? You have true gifts. If you want to take a second, you are so that you could take a minute if you want to. The fuck? That's how you got to talk to yourself. And I did. I was like, I'm so that I don't have to do this right now. Okay? I'm bending it. I'm bending the energy to work for me. Let me see this. What did I say? I was going to do the high road. Oh, Mary, oh. Oh, Mary, ring the bells. Let the body hit the flow. Enough. And that was another thing. I said, okay, I sat with myself and I'm like, okay, what do you have, like, while you're sick right now, what do you have the energy to do? I was like, okay, well, personal readings, you can't do that right now. All right, so cancel some of them. Or let people know, like, they gotta wait a minute. What do you have to do to make it easier for you to still be able to reach your goals, be active in this progression, get stuff done, but to not feel like you're a slave to the energy, or that you're not honoring your divine essence, or that you're lowballing yourself? The fuck? That's what I'm doing, friend. Anyway, it says the high road. There is a magnificent, really vibe with this, y'all, because sometimes I be having a hard time describing this, but it makes so much fucking sense. There is a magnificent idea available that will solve a multitude of issues. But assessing it requires seeing beyond what is to what should be. So seeing beyond what is almost like you got to see past this. You got to see past this Four of Pentacles shit, whether that's connected to materialism, whether that's connected to lack of resources. You got to see past what is right now, okay? While also being present in changing your current situation. And it says a solution. I said a solution. A solution rather than an answer. We're not getting answers, A solution rather than an answer. A solution rather than an answer. Keep imagining until you reach an outcome. Keep imagining until you reach an outcome. All right? Where everyone wins. If you can achieve that level of genius with the magician, okay? Gives me that Gemini energy. Something positive and productive blooms on this mortal coil. You see what I'm saying? And that back of the deck energy, Messenger of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, and the Six of Wands, be your own compass. With this Hermit energy, be your own compass. I see great things. I see, of course, it's not, it's not coming through like it's comfortable. I see good ass shit here. I do. I see a level up. I do see success. I do see this want to have a good reputation, to clean up the reputation, to clean up the image. I see a level of advancement. Let me see. Career advancement. Tell me some more. Not the stomach growling. Girl, please. Leo with that Scorpio energy. Okay. Okay. Let me sit with that. Let me vibe with that. And when I think of that Leo energy, I'm not gonna lie, I do think of leaders, kings, rulers. I do feel like, and I know not everybody wants to be in this big, powerful position, but I do feel like those of you who are supervisors, or you already have some type of standing or ground in a corporate division, or even in the spiritual community, friend, I see some popularity coming in. I do. I see some popularity coming in. And I do feel like it could be coming in October. Real quick, I don't know who I'm talking to. This is real specific. I could be talking to a Leo tarot reader or even a Scorpio tarot reader, okay? Because I'm reading these not like how I normally would, these dice. Something about tapping into shadow aspects for readings or like moving forward could be very beneficial for you in your channel. Take that if you want it. Don't if you don't, okay? Like scorpionic type of topics, all right? Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. But really quick, y'all, I want y'all to just vibe with that while I look at my notes, because I want to make sure I didn't forget something. Oh, I gotta sneeze, girl. It's about to get real nasty. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm back in that mode again. Let me see. Took the lead in or initiated some type of change with force. Yeah, it's potent energy. Pure potent energy, the ability to activate an idea or actualize it. May not. Yep, I already talked about that. Yeah, something sudden in where it's like, fuck. Wait, if I'm really gonna do this, I gotta do it like this. Or like, damn, if I do want that, I gotta do this. There was something I had to do the other day, yo. I was like, fuck, bitch. If you want that, you have to do this right now, as much as you don't want to. I'm not gonna tell y'all what I had to do, because I don't even feel like talking about it. I was like, oh, I gotta do this. I gotta sit down. I gotta do this shit. And I had to do it, friend. I had to do it. Because it's like I couldn't get to that destination without doing this. It just wouldn't feel right. All right, so if there's anything that you could catch up on right now that you might have been procrastinating on or putting to the side, it's like the more you let it sit, and that's just in general. I'm not even talking as a tarot reader. I'm just talking as a person, girl. Ain't it crazy how the more you let it sit, it be comfortable? Like you be like, oh yeah, I'm just not even gonna face that right now. But it's like it causes so much anxiety. And then when you finally do it, you be like, damn, this wasn't even all that bad. And then you kind of get all upset. You're like, why didn't I do this before? It wasn't even that bad. I just did this to my damn self. What the fuck? And then you can kind of like boost yourself up from that down point, or you can like drown in that down point. And I feel like we're being asked not to drown in the weeds of it all. And to work with what we got. Work with what you got, friend. Work with it, with how everything is. We could bitch and moan about XYZ, but it's like work with what we got with the Four of Pentacles. Work with it. And if you need time to kind of sit back and be like, damn, well, how do I work with this shit? Okay, unplug. And that don't mean you gotta isolate from your friends and stuff. I'm not saying that. Everybody's unplugging is gonna be different. It just means like, be very intentional with your energy, with your practices, with your routines. That's what I want to talk about. Yes. right there. Did I talk to y'all about that? Because I also was picking up on with this Aries energy. Did I talk to y'all about a C-section? Like someone could have had a rough birth, and maybe you're trying to get, my bad, my camera went off. Maybe you're trying to get back into working out, but it's like, I don't know, there's like, because of that rough birth, because of that traumatic incident, or even for some of y'all, there could have been a near-death experience that happened most recently, or it's like, this is the anniversary, so to say, for that. And you could be working through that energetically, or even on a physical, you know, on the physical plane. Yeah. Because you know what I'm about to pop out too, bro? I'm about to pop out I have a light, my therapist had gave it to me. I have a mini one and I have a big one. And it is for people who suffer with SAD, you know, seasonal, I think it's seasonal depression. I'm about to pop that shit out now, okay? To get ahead of the game. So I don't know, some of you guys might even want to look into that, like light therapy. That was just a little tidbit I just want to put in there. Light therapy. Light therapy. I feel like that would be me working with where I'm at right now, or you working with where you're at. What do you need right now in order to, like, you know, make room, honey? Make the room. But I wanted to talk about that because, you know, that 6th house coming up, that's a Upachaya house. Let me see why. Because that is a Upachaya house. Those could be difficult houses, but they do bring a lot of change. La 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 la. Ooh, my stomach is growling. Health is definitely at the forefront. So those of you that are really trying to just get your mind right, I'm telling you, 6th house matters. Focusing on the now. Understanding that in order to reach the bigger picture, you have to focus on the now, while surrendering to the fact that you won't know, like, the ins and outs of the outcome for real. Not the outcome, like the outcome is gonna be good, but you won't know the ins and outs of what's underneath that bridge. You just have to trust and go in the bridge. You got to go in the portal with what you have and work that shit. Magician energy, the fuck. Oh, that's what I was about to say. Writing could be of a benefit. Getting back into some type of creative endeavor that revolves around writing. I also was seeing some people go back to school, and locking in with that. This is definitely locking in with something, okay? But yeah, it could be going back to school. Someone's gonna get some good news surrounding a position that they wanted, or being accepted for something, like accepted to go to this school, accepted to go to this program. Is there anything else you want me to say about that magician energy for the collective? Magician energy for the collective. Anything else that you want me to say? Oh shit. Oh, 5 of Swords, 10 of Cups in reverse. We're cutting through the bullshit, the delusion, the delulu-esness. Any delulu that's coming through, we're getting rid of that shit, okay? And sometimes in order to be able to distinguish between the energies, you got to hermit it out. I really keep getting that. Like, it's no other way I can say this. Look at that. And then Temperance at the bottom of the deck. Slow and steady. Mastery of Swords. That's the King of Swords. Yes. Yes. Oh, the mind is going to be mastered. All I can say, friend, is the best way to go about this month is to hermit. But an active hermit. I'm not saying just sit there unless you really need that, but I'm talking about an active hermit activation. Okay? Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Y'all just don't know. I done went through so much stuff over here, girl. I was like going through it. This is the first time I actually gave this message without it being choppy, without it being complicated. And I just had to surrender for a couple of days. And I'm like, fuck. Because I was like, damn, I'm not going to reach my deadline. But I was like, bitch, you know what? It is what it is. Okay? Okay? It is what it is. So let's see. Any additional messages from our angels? The collective's angels, our angels. Main messages that want to come down from the divine. Keep these in mind. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right. And I think I'm going to also pull one advice card too from the, you know, my little dusk and dawn deck. All right. So messages for the collective. Messages.
I still don't know if I'm gonna do zodiacs this month. I don't know. I'm gonna see. Maybe after the eclipse. I don't fucking know. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Anyway, we got the Ace of Cups. Yeah. That's this whole time I thought these cards were aces and they've been knights. Maybe that was why I was struggling with the message the first time. But look, a positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. Yes, the King of Wands. Okay, keep your eyes on the big. No. They're gonna piss me off. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. I mean, if that's you, friend. But it's like, okay, if you're gonna focus on the big picture, I still think, no. I think to get to the big picture, we have to focus on the now. We do have to focus on the little details. We do have to focus on the day-to-day. The day-to-day is what's gonna get us to the bigger picture. We can't skip that. Just make sure you're not skipping that. Leave the details to others. Come on, spiritual team. Y'all gotta vibe with me. All right. Advice moving forward. Let's see. Number 20, new beginnings, starting a new life, finding your purpose, forgiving and compassionate review of the past. Forgiving and compassionate review of the past. All right. And then move from that shit. We also have the number 5, divine guidance, the search for meaning in life. This is the Hierophant. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends, like-minded individuals, people that are going to uplift and uphold this Queen of Swords essence that you are trying to obtain. People that are going to help you reach your goals. They get it. They're with the program, friend. Okay? Only them. Yep. 16, change your life. Oh yeah, that's giving Tower energy. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. Thank you, spiritual team. Because at first I'm like, are we not on the same page here? Thank you. Okay, and then we have the King of Pentacles. Successful, stable, accomplished, powerful. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success. Using resources wisely. You have everything that you fucking need, friend. Yeah, the fuck you do. And if you don't believe me, then I just don't know, friend. Because I'm talking to the magicians in the chat. The people that know, like, I didn't lost it all before and when it got it back. All right. Like, I feel like I'm talking to those people. Like, I know this energy so well. Work with what you got, friend. You don't need all that extra shit. Work with what you got right now. Don't get caught up in what you don't have. Okay, let's get one more card, a collective message, okay, for all of us, so we can all kind of like, ooh, that hit. But just one card, please, spiritual team. Please don't play with me today. Okay, one card for the collective. Advice. What is the advice for the collective? What is the advice for the collective moving forward? Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. Not the number 6, that 6th house. Please dive in with that 6th house, yo. And just see like what that means for you. Y'all almost making me want to go to my book and read it for y'all, just in case. Let me just look at this. Health and overcoming obstacles. Okay, because this is a Upachaya and a Dhisthana house. This is an Upachaya house, meaning the capacity to improve and get better in life. It is a house of self-improvement, for it is the house that can determine our habits in terms of healthy or unhealthy habits. It rules our health in general and how we take care of ourselves, okay? I'm not gonna read the rest of that. That was tea. I might have to look at this. Yeah. Nutrition, diet, and habits. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna go into it. Yeah, because there was some weird ass energy that I'm picking up in the work environment. But it's like, maybe in a different reading. I don't know. There was like some weird ass, hating ass energy. But let me just go into this. Okay. It's just that number 6 coming through. So we have the Poppy. Those of you that know, anytime I pull one of these cards, I read from the book. I have 2 books, okay? This is called The Seed and the Sickle. In Greek mythology, the poppy was created by the goddess Demeter to grant herself restful sleep after the loss of her daughter, Persephone. The poppy has a reputation for granting repose, but its relationship with death makes it the perfect plant to address feelings of grief and regret. Another flower that I think y'all need to look at, I think it's called a Cronus. Y'all, this is giving me Cronus energy. Like they can survive. Like they don't get frostbite. Like they just survive in the harshest of conditions. But anyway, I'm sorry. Sorry. Grief does not have to relate to the death of a loved one. Life is full of little losses, be that of a relationship, small freedoms, times, or places, any number of things. These can build up, creating a barrier to moving forward and creating new connections. No matter how small or old these unresolved feelings may be, take them out and examine them. Shadow work. Enjoy their better memories and then move forward, free of any negative feelings that might be holding you back. Might need a good journal, friend. Number 6. Let's go to the other book. So we have The Devil is in the Details. An old protection against pursuit by monsters involves scattering poppy seeds in your path. I told y'all there was this macabre ass energy that I feel like moving around. Okay. Spirits are compelled to stop and count any small items they come across. So this difficult task will slow them long enough for you to escape. Thank you. Here we go. Try not to get too entangled in the details, or you'll find yourself coming to a complete stop. It's time to let a few of the less important factors slide for the sake of moving forward. Period. That is the message. Thank you, God, for letting me get that out. I prayed before this. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts about if I don't do zodiacs this month. Like, girl, I don't fucking know. Because I started and it was just so repetitive, and I was like, damn, is this because of the eclipse? I was like, this is the same ass shit. But I also remembered, like, that's something that comes with the zodiacs. Like, it can get like that. And I don't ever want to get not authentic with it and be trying to, like, put random messages in there just so I don't be bored. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. We'll see. But I hope this does suffice. So yes, you guys, that was the reading. Please let me know how it resonates, and I'll see you guys down below in the comments.